Alright, the first part of my video I want to cover push-ups because push-ups is a great foundation of all muscular workouts for beginners. You work your chest, your arms, your back, your core, all this just doing push-ups, and it may surprise people of what they can and can't do. Basically, when you start with push-ups, it's a good foundation for all workouts. Pull-ups, bench press, squats, even, because you're using your core and you're using a lot of. It's an overall workout. So for those of you, this is pretty much my series is going to be about for videos for people who say they can't or they really struggle with doing. So let's say you're doing push-ups and your max is 10 at the most. Say your max is even 5 or 1. Maybe you can't even do one push-up. I say BS, you can. It just takes time and effort. And it actually doesn't take that much effort. You'd be surprised at what you can do. For example, when I was starting during football season, what I would do is during commercial breaks, I started off just doing 10 push-ups every commercial break. And as you know, for us sports fans, football has a lot of commercial breaks. So by the end of one game when I was starting, I was doing about 100 push-ups. And you know, I didn't do perfect push-ups all the time. Towards the end of the fourth quarter, third quarter, I was on my knees, but I was still doing them. And you know, I decreased to 5 eventually because I was just worn out. Now you don't want to overwork yourself, but at the same time, you know, you want to do your best. So for extreme beginners who can't do one push-up, I highly recommend that you just do a push-up on your knees. Just do one, and then tomorrow, like, do one as soon as you wake up, and then one right before you go to bed, just on your knees. The next day, do 2 on your knees. And eventually, as the days progress, when you get around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening on your knees, you'll finally be able to do, I'm going to say 3 to 4 real ones. And then for those of you who can only do one push-up, start doing that. Do one as soon as you wake up, one before you go to bed. And then you just build on from there, so on and so forth. So I'm going to give a quick example of the different types of push-ups, because yes, there's more than one. The beautiful thing about push-ups is the hand variations. You can switch up your hands, and depending on what position your hands are in, will strengthen certain muscle groups. Eventually, when you're doing push-ups, it strengthens predominantly your chest, your triceps, which is this muscle right here, and your back. So for the standard push-up, I'll show